Even when I met Jay-Z and I signed to Roc Nation, the first thing he told me to do is get plastic surgery. And enough is enough. I'm fucking coming for everyone now. And even Adele, because she's retired now, but her career would not exist if I hadn't made Jonathan Dickens into a manager. And bitch, when she gets an award, she thanks Beyonce. And I'm sick and tired of all of these fucking women.
M.I.A.'s accusations against Jay-Z and Roc Nation have shaken the music industry, but now even more voices are stepping forward, each adding another shocking layer to what could be the biggest scandal in entertainment history. With allegations of career sabotage, forced contracts, and occult practices, the list of artists caught in this web continues to grow. Some of the most unexpected names, Rihanna, Kanye West, Britney Spears, and even Ariana Grande, are now being whispered about in the same breath. Could this be the unraveling of the most powerful figures in the industry? One of the most unexpected twists in this saga is the growing suspicion that Rihanna might have been caught in the same system M.I.A is exposing. Many fans have long speculated why Rihanna, one of the biggest stars in the world, seemingly left music behind at the height of her career, while she publicly attributes her hiatus to focusing on Fenty Beauty and Savage X Fenty. Some insiders believe her distancing from Roc Nation was more than just business. It was about regaining control. Was Rihanna forced to step away because she refused to play by the same rules M.I.A is now speaking out against? And what about Britney Spears? Her conservatorship battle exposed how powerful figures in the industry can manipulate and control artists' lives, finances, and even personal relationships. Some now believe that what happened to Britney was not an isolated incident, but a well-established industry practice. M.I.A.'s claims about artist control, contracts, and powerful figures pulling strings behind the scenes mirror what Britney was fighting against for years. Could Britney's situation have been a more extreme version of what many other artists are quietly enduring? Then there's Ariana Grande. On the surface, she appears to be in full control of her career, but recent whispers suggest otherwise. Insiders claim that she has been pressured into making music that doesn't align with her personal values, leading to growing frustration behind the scenes. Some believe her recent decision to step back from music for a while and focus on acting may have more to do with industry politics than personal choice. Could she, like Rihanna, be finding ways to escape an industry that demands complete submission? Even Lady Gaga has been tied to industry conspiracy theories. While she's openly acknowledged the dark side of Hollywood, fans have revisited some of her past interviews where she cryptically spoke about giving up her soul for fame. At the time, many assumed she was speaking metaphorically, but in light of M.I.A.'s claims about rituals and industry expectations, some are wondering if there was more truth to her words than previously thought. Gaga has also made dramatic shifts in her public persona over the years, at times disappearing from the mainstream spotlight only to re-emerge with a completely new image. Could this be her way of maintaining some level of control over her career, without completely breaking ties with powerful industry figures? The Weeknd is another artist whose career has taken an interesting turn. He famously split from his longtime label, Republic Records, despite being one of their top-selling artists. Some insiders claim he was growing increasingly frustrated with the limitations imposed on him creatively and financially. Interestingly, The Weeknd has also embedded a lot of dark, symbolic imagery into his performances and music videos, something many now believe could have been his way of exposing the very industry he was trapped in. And what about
to
Kesha?
speak out, or were her struggles
Legal battle against
self-inflicted?
Dr. Luke was one of the
Let's
most
keep the
high-profile
conversation
cases of
going.
an artist
Drop your thoughts
attempting to break
below.
free from industry control. For years, she fought to be released from a contract she claimed was suffocating and damaging to her career. M.I.A.'s claims about forced contracts, manipulation, and coercion eerily echo what Kesha was saying long before the Free Kesha movement gained traction. Could she have been one of the first warning signs of what's now being fully exposed? Tinashe is another artist who has been open about the struggles of working under major labels. Despite her immense talent and fan support, she has repeatedly faced industry pushback, being sidelined in favor of other artists. She has spoken about feeling like she was being controlled, having creative decisions taken away from her, and ultimately being forced to fight for her own independence. Was she being punished for refusing to conform to the industry's hidden rules? Even Taylor Swift has made cryptic references to the industry's dark side, hinting at the immense pressure and control artists face behind closed doors. In her documentary, Miss Americana, she subtly expressed how she felt like she was losing herself under the expectations placed upon her by the music business, but it was her battle with Scooter Braun over the ownership of her masters that truly exposed the deep-rooted struggles artists endure. Despite being one of the most powerful musicians in the world, she had to fight tooth and nail just to reclaim the rights to her own music. If an artist at her level had to go to such extreme lengths, what does that mean for lesser-known musicians who lack the financial power and influence to escape these exploitative contracts? How many artists have been forced into silence, unable to speak out against the same system that controls them? M.I.A.'s shocking allegations have reignited interest in the careers of artists like JoJo, Amerie, and Cassie, three women who were once poised for major success but mysteriously vanished from the mainstream spotlight. JoJo later revealed that she had been trapped in an ironclad contract that prevented her from releasing music for years, a battle she had to fight alone before finally regaining her independence. Amerie, on the other hand, was allegedly pushed out of the industry after refusing to conform to industry demands, with executives deliberately stifling her career and sabotaging her success. Cassie, who spent over a decade signed to Diddy's label, has only recently started to open up about the psychological and professional control she was under. These are not isolated cases. Are they further proof of the systemic manipulation and suppression of artists who refuse to comply? If M.I.A.'s claims are to be believed, then the music industry has been using its power not just to create stars, but to destroy them as well. Then there's Kanye West, a name that instantly sparks controversy. His public breakdowns have often been dismissed as the behavior of a troubled genius, but could there be more to the story? Kanye has repeatedly spoken about the corruption within the industry, calling out major figures for their involvement in controlling artists. His sudden fallout with Jay-Z, his erratic public appearances, and his unexpected shifts in allegiances have led to speculation that he saw something within the industry that made him want to distance himself completely. While some view his claims as mere conspiracy theories, others believe he's been trying to expose something much bigger, something powerful enough to silence even him. Was his downward spiral orchestrated by the same forces that M.I.A. is now speaking out against? And if so, how many other artists have been trapped in the same cycle of control, manipulation, and eventual downfall? M.I.A.'s claims about occult rituals, forced surgeries, and industry control are shaking up Hollywood, but they also raise even bigger concerns. Who else is involved? If what she says is true, then the industry's biggest power players, from record labels to media giants, have been working together to control artists' careers and personal lives for decades. The more artists who come forward with their experiences, the harder it becomes to dismiss these accusations as mere paranoia. If Taylor Swift, JoJo, Amerie, Cassie, and Kanye West have all experienced some form of industry oppression, how many others have suffered in silence, afraid of the consequences of speaking out? How many careers have been crushed? How many voices have been muted? And how much power has been concentrated in the hands of a few elite figures who dictate what the world sees, hears, and believes? With more and more names being drawn into the conversation, one thing is becoming clear. This is no longer just about M.I.A. Her accusations are forcing the world to take a closer look at the music industry's inner workings, revealing a pattern of control, exploitation, and systemic abuse that goes far beyond one artist's personal grievances. The question now is, will more celebrities find the courage to step forward and expose their own experiences, or will the industry once again find a way to bury the truth before it spirals out of control? The battle for artistic freedom is unfolding in real time, and the stakes have never been higher. What do you think? Is M.I.A. finally pulling back the curtain on the dark reality of the music business, or is this just another scandal that will eventually fade away? Drop your thoughts below. This conversation is only just beginning.